And obviously, this is what I tell other resellers when they're like getting into my honey hole.
Get your hand on my cookie jar.
Hey everyone, hope you guys are doing well. We are back with another What's Sold on eBay video. This is, I believe, 3 days worth of sales from the eBay store. Definitely some kind of interesting stuff here. Hopefully there'll be something, as always, that you can learn or kind of keep an eye out for. For those of you who might be new, I do sell part-time on eBay. I go by Cam usually. Flashback Finds is my channel name, but most people just call me Cam, which is totally cool if you want to as well. Let's go ahead and get into what's sold here in the eBay store. So we're going to start off, and don't mind this pile of junk here. This is a bunch of clothes I actually listed. Surprisingly, I listed some clothes, so that was good. I got to get them bagged and put them stored away, and there's like a camera bag there too. So you guys should be proud of me for actually working on the clothing death pile. But either way, a mammalian anatomy of the cat, I guess. This is like a textbook, second edition. Paid like $2 for it. It's all for 28 shipped. Goes media mail. Love selling books. I've told you guys that before. They're just one of my favorite things to sell. So easy. Here's a 1965 Chevrolet Coupe. Corvette Coupe diecast. It's a 1/18 scale. I got a bunch of these for 20 bucks. I sold one last video for 30. Another set of cars for 45. This guy sold for 24. He did end up going priority mail though for like 8 or 9 bucks. So we didn't make a ton on him, but I still listed him because he was in really great shape, and he actually sold super quick, which was cool. Every once in a while, we're going to have a sale pop up that's super old and the listing kind of stinks. You guys are going to see that right here. This is a Mickey baseball cap. It's like a wool blend, red and gray. The photo's not really cropped right. It's not great on the picture. It also sold on sale for 25% off at $6.74. We ended up making probably like $1 or so, $2 maybe on it. It was super light, but not really worth the time. And it's been listed for a couple years now because that's my old photo style, so I don't really do that anymore. We've definitely improved that at least a little bit. So here's the CD, Heart, Mind, and Soul. Sold for $7.19. I was running 10% off sale. This one sold for $7.19. 2011 Hasbro Dark of the Moon. Maybe Dark Side of the Moon, I'm not sure. But a Megatron Robo Fighter action figure. This was in the big lot of Transformers I found. This one sold for 12 shipped. He was about 5 or 6 inches tall, so not too big, and he went out first class. A PAC, PAC, I guess, SWI RC steering wheel control interface. Got this while on vacation. I want to say it was $10, but I picked it up. It was brand new. The box was open. You could tell everything hadn't been used, that it was still all kind of tied up nicely. Ended up selling it for 40 shipped, full price sale. It sold within a couple weeks, so super happy with that. For $10, paid up, but I was getting all those remotes in that deal and a bunch of other stuff. I was willing to pay up, and I'm definitely happy. 10 into 40 for a first class shipping. I'm okay with that all day. Magical Mystery Tours, My Life with the Beatles book, sold for $8. This was a former library book, but I got it in the big rock and roll buy. $8 there. A Mattel 2005 Ice Age Mud Blaster Manny. This shoots out the little balls that are on the top there. It shoots out of the snout or whatever you would call it on the mammoth, the nose. The box was really beat up. You could tell, probably can tell it's water damage, and it was kind of crinkled and everything, but it was still brand new sealed. Ended up selling it for $32.99, which I thought was a great deal for something that was really beat up like that. Here is a Mervin's, one of the California Missions homes. We had 4 or 5 of these to start off, paid 5 each. Ended up selling this one for 45 shipped. This was the San Juan Bautista. I believe I had 2 of this one. I sold the other one a while back, so we're all out of those. Ace Combat 2 PS1 disc only, sold for $14.44 on sale. I was happy with that for just a regular disc. And not a game people might think would have some value, but for me, 14 bucks on just a disc is what I would say definitely worth your time. Halloween, this is a Casper Jack-o'-lantern pumpkin from 1995. They have him, and they also have some of the other ghosts that are from the Casper movie or whatever. I had some of those as well. I got this one first and listed him, and then I listed the other one separately. I should have just ended the listing and put them all together and see if someone wanted to buy them, but I ended up splitting them up. This one sold on the best offer of 25 shipped. It cost us around 10 to ship it out, so we didn't do a whole lot. I think we paid $2 for it. But it is Halloween. It's kind of approaching at least, so that's why it's probably sold. I think I just sold one the other day for 30 or 35 for one of the other ghosts, so happy that those are getting out of here. Here is basically a bug. It's called a Bug Diver Scuba flashlight by Daryl Allen Corp. Never heard of the brand. Solid. It's super heavy. I'm like, okay, good quality. I think it had the 1960s on it or some kind of stamp on there, so I was like, okay, this is something that might be worth something. I paid $8 for it. Didn't really look it up, and I ended up getting it home. Couldn't really get it to work fully though, so the light was kind of messed up, but I still sold it for 70 shipped as is. which I thought was a good deal for something I couldn't test. I think you can probably get 80 to 90 if you know it works and you can show that, but I thought I even got more than a lot of other people were getting for theirs for parts, so I was happy. Another reel to reel. This is Together, Louis Prima and Keely Smith. This one sold for 25 shipped on the best offer. It was listed at 40. I listed it kind of high because there was not really a lot of sold comps, so I started it high so that way I could maybe take an offer, and I felt 25 bucks was good. Paid $2 at a thrift store. I bought a bunch of reel to reels. Beatles Hey Jude cassette. Definitely some classics there. Beatles, I mean, that's just something that always seems to have some kind of value on some of the old cassettes that I've sold. This one sold for 12 shipped. A N64 memory card. This is the official one. The other ones do sell as well, but this one gets a little bit more money. It sold for 18 shipped and only cost a couple bucks to ship it. Here's some HP black ink cartridges. These are older ones. They expired in 2012, so already 8 years now. And there were 2 of them that were sealed boxes, or a sealed box, and then a bunch of sealed packages that would be in a box, and then one sealed box that was just randomly by itself. These were a Facebook Marketplace deal. I was in another area on my lunch break, and for work, and I happened to go on Facebook Marketplace just kind of checking things out, and I saw ink, and it said $5. And I'm like, oh, I think HP 15 is one of those ones that still holds some value even if it's expired. And it was, and I picked it all up, and then I sold it for 55 shipped. So I want to say $8 to $9 again to ship it because it was a little heavier by the time I got them all in there, but not a bad deal for 55 bucks for a $5 investment into 55. True Legends by Stephen Quayle. This is a book from one of my storage unit videos. You guys may have seen it. It sold for 32 shipped. Heartland CD, brand new sealed, sold for $10.39 with a 20% off sale. This is one I got at a Savers for $1.99. Maybe it was 99 cents. I don't remember. I got a discount on it as well. I grabbed a bunch of brand new sealed CDs because a lot of people do that. And I scanned some, and I found like 2 that were worth it. I already sold the other one months ago, but this one finally ended up selling, so I was happy to move it. I do like the CDs at the thrift store. I don't have time to scan every CD. It's just not worth it. So I'll usually pull either if there's some sets in there or some sealed ones. Sometimes I'll grab those and check them. Or if I see anything that catches my eye, like some old wrap and stuff, I might look at those as well. But it's time consuming to sit there and just scan every CD and see which ones. I'm sure there's some valuable ones, but I don't have the time for that. 2 5-pound dumbbells. They sold for 24 shipped. They went in a padded flat rate. I paid $5 for them at a garage sale. The market's kind of come down on these during the quarantine. These were kind of a hot commodity, so unless something changes, the market's really kind of shifted downward. But 24 shipped. I still made money. The lady was super happy. She said they were packaged. I put some bubble wrap around them, and then I put paper, put them in a padded flat rate, and she thought they were packed very well. Hopefully I didn't damage anybody else's packages in shipping, but she was happy with them. I have some more that I bought, and I just think I bought them too far at the end here recently and listed them, so I don't think we're going to get the money you were before. But maybe things will change or what have you. A Kyocera Duramax. I thought my last video I had my last one of these, but actually it was this video, I believe now. It sold for 30 shipped for one of those rugged phones. Here's an item here that was returned. It's a Ryobi replacement weed trimmer spool. This one was brand new sealed. I listed the model number, the type of line it was, everything in there, showed the photos. The guy bought it and said, it's the wrong one. It doesn't fit my weed eater or whatever, weed whacker, weed trimmer. And I was like, well, which one do you have? And he said a model. And I go, well, this is for this particular model, and it fits this one. And he's like, no, it's supposed to fit mine, and it doesn't. I'm going to return it. I was like, whatever. And he got it, and it was all kind of beat up, like he had tried to shove it on the unit and it wouldn't work. It was opened. Honestly, I have free returns, and I did dock him the 50% return on this one because I sent the item out. It's an official product. It's not something that's made for it. It's by Ryobi. The models are all in there. And I think he just bought the wrong one for the unit he had. So I docked him. It's $750, but eBay ended up refunding him the difference. I guess he reached out to them, and they refunded him out of their pocket with no effect on me. But I took some photos and showed, hey, it was sent brand new sealed. The guy opened it up. It doesn't fit his particular weed trimmer, but I'm going to dock him. I don't dock a lot of people, but it's one of those things where I feel like you made a bad purchase and bought something that wasn't going to fit your unit, and that's not really my fault. I listed it as it was. So who knows? California Carlsbad High School Yearbook. I have like 4 or 5 copies of this. I got them from one of my storage unit guys that I buy from. This one sold for $46.74, which was an awesome deal. I think I had it listed at 50 or something like that, 55, and it sold on sale. West Wing, the complete series. I love selling DVD sets, especially if it's the whole set. It doesn't have to be a box set where they're all boxed up, but if someone's got all the seasons separate and you can put them together, definitely can be an easy sale. These West Wings ones, we paid 25 because we paid up at the thrift store on vacation for these, but I knew they were going to sell and I got 85 shipped out of them. I'm okay with that, 25 into 80 or 85, maybe even 75. I did end up shipping them priority mail, I think for $9 or something. They didn't go too far, but I paid up because of the price instead of shipping them out medium mail. But definitely a good deal there. Happy to see that one go. A 90s Looney Tunes Taz shirt. This one's from 95. Paid $1 or $2 at a Goodwill, and it sold for 17 on the best offer. And I've told you guys I'm trying to move clothes, and here we have more clothes. So obviously I'm not succeeding, but these were, some of them were from the death pile, some of them are a little bit newer, but I'm really trying to focus on getting my death pile and my clothing stuff all done. One of my friends knows I have a whole tote full of tour and vintage shirts from the rock and roll, but I still haven't even touched it yet. And if he's watching, he's probably laughing now because he told me I'm never ever going to get to it. So my goal is to prove him wrong one of these days, and it'll be a good day if we do. A Pokemon Squirtle and Pikachu plush, and he was just giving me a hard time because he said I buy so much new stuff, I don't have time for the old stuff, and he's 100% accurate because I have FOMO. I've told you guys my fear of missing out is just so bad that if there's a garage sale, I gotta go. I gotta go see, even if I don't need to, even if it's raining, I'll still go to the thrift stores on a Saturday. Who knows? So I definitely need to probably work on that, talk to a counselor or something, but a therapist, because it shouldn't be that bad, but it is. Just the thrill of the hunt is just definitely there. Here's a Pokemon Squirrel and a Pikachu plush. I got these for 50 cents at a garage sale. A lot of them together, they sold for $24.29, and they were that cheaper, like filling or whatever, so they weren't really that heavy. They still went out first class for the two of them, which was awesome. A Panasonic, this is like a DVD combo remote. These ones are super valuable because people are selling those VCR DVD combos like I do myself. I still listed the remote though. It sold for 23 shipped. It's from the remotes that we got while on vacation. A Pokemon Pokeball. It's like a little light that comes out of it and works and everything. I don't know. I copied someone's listing and they listed it as a night light. I didn't even notice that at first, but this one sold on sale for $15.29. I paid $1 for it at a garage sale. Here's a T-Mobile Asus wireless hotspot. This one was $5 at a garage sale. I actually did a GoPro video about it a couple one back, so hopefully I'll remember to link it here. But I bought this from that guy for $5 and it sold for 45 shipped. I tested it out, it powered up and everything, seemed to work okay. So I didn't hear back from him, so I'm assuming it's good. Here we're going to see a listing that was sold. It was a starter Boston Celtics vintage, like 90s, 80s style jacket. It's the satin one. But took a best offer of $135 on it. The guy bought it and said he thought he might be able to make it work or it might fit, but it didn't. So I'm not sure if he is an extra size extra. I don't know if he is an extra large and he thought it might fit, or if he's a little bit smaller or bigger and he thought it might work. But he did return it. It did come back. Didn't smell like he wore it or whatever, anything like that. I think he was probably being honest. It just didn't fit him. I resold it again the second time it sold global shipping program, and I sold it for $150 or up the price, and ended up selling for full price. So we'll see that later. But it was a return. They do happen, guys. I try not to get too down about it because it's just life in this business, and you got to just roll with the punches sometimes. There's too much stuff to get you down. Here's a Gambonera Vietri Italian. An Italian hand-painted. It's got a chicken in there. It's a large serving bowl. I got this from storage and the guy threw it in my pile. It just looked interesting and it had some markings on the back and signed. I ended up grabbing. I know nothing about this. Probably Captain Nurse Flipper probably knows a lot, and I know there's another guy, I can't think of his name. He's super good about like pottery and stuff like that. I just started watching him a little bit more too because he knows way more than I do. I just grabbed it because it looked unique. It finally sold for 80 shipped. There were no real exact comps. There were a couple things similar, but not this bowl in particular. But someone bought it for 80. I want to say it was global shipping program as well. I double boxed this one because it was so valuable. It was pretty valuable and it might break. I put some bubble wrap, padding, put it in a box, put that box with some padding around it, and then put it in another box. And we still shipped it for like 14 or 15 bucks. I think it went global shipping, but it wasn't that bad. It went FedEx, and I was happy. I thought that was a good deal, and maybe I'll look at that kind of stuff more. Canon E20 black toner cartridge. This was $5. It was brand new sealed. It sold for 60 shipped. Look out for the old toners, preferably the manufacturer ones, not the off-brand ones. Microbiology book. This one I got with that book on cat mammalogy or whatever. The same. I found this microbiology book, and this one sold for $24.99. So a little bit better on this one. No, a little bit worse on this one, but again, $2 in, 25 on this one, 27 or 20 in the other one, so over $50 for our $4 investment. Another book here, Milton Avery by Barbara Haskell. This is a biography, I guess, with a bunch of different paintings and stuff in there and stuff. This one was listed, I think, $80, but took a best offer of 50. Comps were kind of all over the place, so I didn't want to hold it forever. When I paid $5 for it, I believe, from one of my sources. He knew he had something pretty valuable. I paid the 5, but when someone said 50, I just shipped it to him. Definitely don't want to hold on. It was a pretty big book as well. Here we go to one of those old listing guys. This is a Laurel Birch set of 2 mugs. One of them actually had a crack in it, a small, like kind of a hairline crack in the handle. They still were good. I sold them for $18.74 free shipping, which is horrible because they cost like $12 to ship. I think we paid $2 for them. We probably lost money, or maybe we broke even, but they're gone. They're out of the inventory, and one less bad picture you guys have to see on here. Deaf in America, Voices from a Culture. This is a book that came in just a big lot of books. I scanned it. It seemed to have some value, and it sold for $13 shipped. Used for 5 Bible Friends books. These ones were volumes 1 through 5. This particular set of My Bible Friends, there's 10 volumes. There's another set you can find that's only 5 volumes, I believe, that had the books are a little bit thicker, but got 45 shipped on these. I believe we paid $5 or $6 at a thrift store. Kmart, I put Blue Light Special in the listing title. I don't know if that helped at all, but it's like a trucker Kmart hat or whatever. Pretty good shape. Got this for 50 cents and it sold for 23 shipped. The Ultimate Sweater Knitting Machine. These are replacement parts. I got an Ultimate Sweater. You'll see, if you Google it, you'll see it or whatever, but it wasn't complete and the box was all beat up, so I ended up parting everything out. This particular set of little 4, I guess they're called keys or whatever, they sold for 27 shipped. A Sony RM DC41 CD changer remote sold for 25 shipped. That's also from the vacation buy where we bought all the remotes. A TaylorMade RBZ. This is a 5-iron. I had one of these 5 irons. I think I paid $3 or $4 for this at a garage sale. I was surprised there was just 1 iron. And no, this was a thrift store. Yeah, it was a thrift store, and they had this 1 iron for $4. And I was like, wow, where are the rest of them? But they were all junk clubs. Most of the time at my thrift stores, the clubs are junky. But this 1 iron was there, and it sold for 60 shipped. Super quick as well. I'm still not sure how to take the best photos of irons. I just take one of the close-up of the front, because when you take a far one back of the club and everything, you can't really see anything. So I don't know. If anyone has a better idea of how to take them, let me know or show me a photo, because I would love to see what you guys are doing. A Basic Drumming, a book from the Rock and Roll Buy. This sold for 22 shipped. And then we got a Chase Authentics. This is a 3XL DeWalt NASCAR jacket. Paid $5 at a garage sale. It had a couple of marks on it, but it was in good enough shape for someone to still wear. And it's a big size, 3XL. So I sold it for 60 shipped. It ended up costing, I think, $12 to ship it, maybe 10. I don't know if it went in a regional A box or whatever, but I folded it up, got it in the box, and it went out for 60 bucks. Ended up selling for $60. Nico or a Nico FAM 450 analog tuner. It's got like that wood grain on it. This was $5 at a garage sale, and it was in my death pile forever. And then I finally listed it, and then it sat in my store forever after that. But I took a best offer of 75 shipped. It went up to Oregon, which is just 1 state over from me. It cost us like $14 to ship it, even though it was big, because of where it was going, and the FedEx prices were perfect. I was happy to get rid of it, and I did get good feedback on it. It did work and everything. I tested it before, but took forever to finally sell it. And then a robotics Spider 2 by Move It. This is like a little model type kit someone would buy. I got this for $5. I listed it for 30. It was actually missing, I think, 1 little package of pieces, but I ended up selling it for $22.49 on a 25% off sale. It cost us like $8 or $9 to ship it. So again, we didn't make a whole lot on this one, but we're happy to get it out of the inventory. We want to get rid of some of the old stuff and make room for new stuff. But that's it for right now, guys. Just 3 days of sales. Nothing too spectacular, but things were moving. This is still about a month ago, so we're kind of staying pace. We're not really catching up, but I just haven't had the time to do some extra videos. But I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'll try to get you another garage sale video here in the near future. Have a great day. Take care.